Good morning and welcome back to the Red Mic. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: lighten up, Francis. Using humor in the workplace. Sparingly, it can be great. And it needs to be appropriate. It's like a condiment. Just a little bit here and there. You don't want to use too much. Food will be too salty, too peppery, whatever. Yes, leadership is serious, but it doesn't mean it has to be humorless. Humor can be one of your more effective tools as a leader, as a boss, as a team member. All of that. There's a couple of folks doing that do a TED talk. Uh, Jennifer Aker and Naomi Bagdonis. Now, speaking of humor, I immediately went to the mafia movie where they talked about Jimmy Bag of Donuts. But anyway, Jennifer Aker and Naomi Bagdonis, and if I butchered their names, I am truly sorry. Um, they both teach a class at Stanford about how humor makes leaders more effective. And their research shows that humor, well, it's not just for comedians, it's a skill that leaders can develop to build trust and improve workplace morale. The problem, as they see it, and I agree, as we age, we laugh less. Kids laugh all the time, but adults in the workforce, I mean, it just drops dramatically. Since the average lifespan in the U.S. is 78, humor studies have shown only really rebounds starting around 80 or so. So we got a problem. We're not being funny enough while we're still kicking, most of us. Reminds me of when Sheldon and Amy were talking, and she's asking him what kind of movie he wants to watch, and she goes, "What about a comedy?" And he says, "No, I already laughed today." Now, come to find out, the reason he laughed is she tripped and stubbed her toe. Um, so maybe he could have picked something else to laugh at, but although he said it was funny, and then he laughed a little bit more. Um, so that kind of humor that makes fun or pokes fun at somebody or laughs at somebody's differences, or that's obviously beyond the pale. Don't go there. But what do what does research show? Research shows that leaders with a sense of humor are generally seen 27% find those folks more motivating, their teams are more creative, and it increases their perceived value. People are willing to pay 20% more for a product when humor is involved in a pitch. I mean, how many commercials are, "Oh, this is serious and this is serious and blah, blah, blah." And then you just, "Oh, yeah, I'm really motivated to buy that." But, you remember the commercials that make you laugh, right? So it makes sense. Humor does something up here in our gray matter, and it moves us, right? So laughter can also strengthen relationships, reduce stress, and improve connections between the leaders and the team members and all of that. It's like exercise and meditation and bonding, and they're all rolled together. It's like Reader's Digest said, laughter is the best medicine. Humor and seriousness aren't opposites either. Um, Ronald Reagan proved this in 1984 in his debate with Walter Mondale. Mondale kept hitting Reagan on the same points, policies, and Reagan had, knocked the ball back every time. And then finally, he just sort of smirked and looked at him and said, "Well, there you go again." Completely gutted the man. Um, Between that comment and the comment that he made very early, where he said that he was not going to let his opponent's young age and limited experience he wasn't going to hold it against him, or I don't remember the exact quote, but those two pieces of humor completely disarmed the man, and by all accounts, Reagan mopped the floor with him. And it reframed the debate. Humor made Mondale seem predictable and boring, and it reinforced Reagan's narrative with a smile and made, I mean, that's what people were talking about the next day. Humor should be thoughtful and it shouldn't be at someone else's expense, though. Aker and Bagdonis said you should start small. Recognize humor in everyday life. Add a lighthearted sign off to some emails, like instead of res- very respectfully, very respectfully yours, heavily caffeinated, or something like that. You don't have to go in and try to act like you're Robin Williams or another stand-up comic that you might like more or less than that. Just bring some humanity to your interactions. Let people know that you're willing to crack a joke here and there. You're willing to smile, and that sort of frees them to do the same. Get the job done, obviously, but there's no reason it has to be all the time. So, where humor exists, connections happen more easily. And if you have a connection with your staff, if they have a connection with each other, you're going to understand each other better, and it's going to work better for everybody. So, again, lighten up, Francis. Laugh a little, lead better. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. I hope you like my t-shirt, El Guapo. Um, movie Trivia Thursday. What movie is this from? Come on, you got to know. Let me know down in the comments. This is from that t-shirt company I mentioned the other day. They're called Paris, Texas Co. They're not paying me a nickel. I bought all these shirts on my dime, so this is not a paid endorsement, but I really like them. They've got a lot of really cool designs, and some of them are funny, like this one. I appreciate you being here. I hope you will join me again tomorrow. Please give me a like, a follow, and a share. I'd appreciate that very much. And don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.